Hello everyone and Happy New Year, and welcome back to another comparison. Is the GMC Terrain a better option over the current king of compact SUVs, Toyota RAV4? Well, that's what we're going to find out in today's video. For this video, special thanks goes to our good friends at Georgetown Toyota for allowing me to borrow the 2021 Toyota RAV4 Hybrid XSE. Whether you pick the Terrain or the RAV4, pricing is very similar on both sides, of course, for the base model. In this video, we have the Terrain SLT, and that starts in Canada at about $39,000. Meanwhile, the Toyota is the Hybrid XSE model, which starts at about $39,500, and of course, that's in Canada. If looks is what you care for, I think the RAV4 with this package and color is fantastic. Black roof, gray exterior and black rims really changes the boring look that most RAV4s come with. The Terrain SLT is confusing. The front end looks like a child's crying face and the rear end taillights look very much like a crab claws. It's all too much in my opinion. I can appreciate the face that the crab claws design was applied to the taillights and headlights. Just look at this video side by side. You can tell right away that the RAV4 looks slightly better than the GMC Terrain. It definitely needs some changes, especially those taillights and the headlights. Under the hood, the RAV4 XSE Hybrid offers a 4-cylinder engine making 219 brake horsepower matched with a hybrid motor for better power and force fuel efficiency, which gives the RAV4 a lead in this comparison against the Terrain, which only offers a 4-cylinder engine making more horsepower at 252 brake horsepower. Fuel efficiency rating for the Terrain is 11.2 liters per 100 kilometers and 5.8 liters per 100 kilometers for the Hybrid RAV4, which is almost double fuel consumption for the Terrain. Towing capacity is similar on both, 1,500 pounds or 749 kg. When you look at them side by side, you might think that the GMC Terrain will offer more cargo space. The truth is the RAV4 is a winner at 37.5 cubic feet of space, meanwhile the Terrain at 29.6, which isn't a lot for its segment. Take the Rogue for example. It offers 36.5 cubic feet of space. The interior cabin space isn't any better in the Terrain. It's not spacious compared to the RAV4. Legroom in the RAV4 is better, first row and the second row. The Terrain does offer better headroom, especially for tall people like myself. Now, in terms of tech features, both aren't very different from each other with the packages offered in this video. Both have hands-free tailgate available, of course, and you have backup camera, heated seats, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, of course, which is standard, and different charging modes. Now, the important part to know is that both vehicles will offer you standard features that you'll find in most compact SUVs. When it comes to the infotainment system, I will say that the one in the actual GMC Terrain is actually better because it is smoother. It feels more like an Android phone, very intuitive and very smart. The one in the Toyota RAV4 is slightly outdated in my opinion, but the RAV4 does give you a great option, which is of course the actual mirror. The rear view mirror can be turned in full LCD mode. Quite amazing and a very, very helpful feature to have. One thing that annoys me about the Terrain is the gear buttons. Absolutely annoying. No one ever complained about the gear knob. Why even replace it? Maybe make it sort of fancier, like smaller? But please stop taking them away. They're just not useful with different scrolling knobs or even buttons like in this case. A shift knob will do the job just as well. Now that we've covered some important things, it's time to take them for a test drive. So, let's go for a test drive. So, let's go for a drive. This is kind of weird. It's my first time using my phone as an actual camera to do a video. But so far, I'm kind of liking this idea. It's so portable that, you just don't need much help with the other cameras. The phone just does the job just fine. Come on, I hate hybrids. You gotta press twice. Go on. This is the annoying thing about this. It's like you gotta press twice every time. It's just annoying for me. It just takes time to get used to it. But this is so interesting, just having an actual phone recording you. It's insane, and I can actually see it because it's right in front of my face. I just need a better, there you go. Just need a better suction cup for phones, because most of my suction cups are for actual camera. So this is quite interesting. How do you guys like it so far? Let me know in the comment section below. Now let's talk about this too. First of all, once you get into the RAV4, you notice the difference between this and the Terrain. This feels so much smaller inside. When you get into the driver position, it feels so much more smaller. Like, it feels like a sedan inside. It doesn't feel like a proper small SUV. The Terrain feels so much bigger. It feels like as big as a Ford Explorer. Yeah, it's weird to say that, but it feels as big as a Ford Explorer in my opinion. It's an amazing vehicle, the RAV4. Of course, it's been very successful for Toyota. But in my opinion, like where we're standing right now, I like a lot of things about the Terrain. First of all, the infotainment system. It's quite powerful and quick and intuitive compared to this, which in my opinion, the RAV4 hasn't got much love from Toyota at all. They could have done a lot better with this. So those are some of the things I don't like about this. It's like the infotainment system is totally outdated. It needs a new infotainment system. The Venza is far better than this. And of course the new Highlander. But of course those are redesigned and they're new models. So this is just sitting where it is right now. Other things, what I like about this, the comfort level, the seat in here feels a bit more comfortable compared to the Terrain in my opinion. Visibility in here is actually slightly better in my opinion. But what the Terrain gives you is, of course, the parking assist in the back, and it vibrates. So it has those sensors in the back that pick up objects as the vehicle is moving, and then through that it basically vibrates onto the seat. Kind of feels like a massage seat, a single massage seat I meant to say. This is one thing that I like about that, because it always, and it vibrates faster the closer you get to the object. This, on the other hand, it's a bit different. You have a backup camera here similar to that. The benefit that you will have with the RAV4 compared to the Terrain is that it is a hybrid, and you're going to get so much in terms of fuel efficiency. It's uncomparable between both. And this is, of course, slightly smaller, which again will be slightly more fuel efficient. But the hybrid version is something that will help the fuel efficiency. That's something that you don't get in the Terrain at this point. Toyota is going full on hybrids, which I do like it. For some people, it's not the best decision. It's hard to, for some, it's hard to understand how hybrids work. I still get people asking me questions about what does it mean hybrid? Like, how does it work hybrid? Is it full electric? Is it, you know, the whole point of hybrid is the mix of between two systems. That's the idea. But you know, people are still learning and still getting into hybrid, which is, you know, for a lot of people, it's a new market to switch. If you've been someone that has had a petrol car all their life, definitely getting into hybrid will be a bit tougher and a different decision. In terms of the cabin noise, unfortunately, because of the rain today, couldn't do much of a test to give you a proper number in terms of the cabin noise. So it's raining, and it'll be an unfair comparison between the two. But my experience driving both of them, I'd say they're both at the same level. I can't tell the difference much between this and the Terrain. In my opinion, the difference is slight difference. Maybe the Terrain will be slightly better isolated, but it's just a decibel or less than that, actually 0.5 I'd say in difference. Steering is so much lighter in the RAV4. In the Terrain, I do feel a little bit heavier compared to this. In terms of the overall design and features, I like the RAV4. I like the shift knob. I don't know, I'm one of those old style people that I enjoy the shift knob. It's so much easier. I hate the buttons on the Terrain. In my opinion, I don't like them as much. Like, I've had that for a week. I've driven the RAV4 multiple times. I would rather have this than those buttons that come with the with the Terrain. In my opinion, I like this. It's easy, bang bang. You go into drive, you go into reverse. It's so much easier. In that, it's like I'm always trying to figure out, okay, where is the reverse, where is the drive, even though I had it for a week. That's the annoying part. I don't like buttons in terms of the gear knob. Like, that's the, you know, minimum annoying thing about it, but I find this so much more practical. Now, the other thing I like about the Toyota is the cluster. You got quite a lot of information. It's a mix of digital and analog, but it's more like digital than analog. You have the fuel levels on one side. It's easy to read. Everything is right on my face in here. The information is given to you in perfect time, and at the same time, it's so much bigger that as I'm talking, I can read pretty much all the details, the fuel efficiency, your speed as well. It also shows in miles per hour and kilometers at the same time. So it's quite an amazing vehicle. Like, the design is here. The only thing, as I said, is mostly the infotainment system. Now what about comfort level? I think that the RAV4 is slightly stiffer by 15% compared to the Terrain. The Terrain has a bit more of a boat ride, a bit more comfortable in my opinion. This, it's a bit stiffer, and it kind of feels like higher at the back for some reasons. It feels like the rear end, it's lifted compared to the front end. In that, you're more leveled. I kind of like that. In here, I always feel like the behind of the car, it's always higher. But both these two vehicles are pretty much the same. They drive similar in power. You'll get a little bit more in the Terrain. It feels a bit more powerful than this, but it's also heavier than this. So you're still getting some things in one and you don't get in the other one. At the end of the day, it's what's gonna matter the most when decision comes between these two. In my opinion, it has to do more about design and all that. In terms of comfort level, space, you're getting a little bit more in one versus the other one. So to wrap up this video, which one would I buy out of these two? I think the Terrain, in my opinion, would be a slightly better choice for me. I find it to be better in a lot of things, like the infotainment system. In here, it's a bit annoying compared to that. The features in this as well are not as advanced as the one in the Terrain. You don't get a lot of features in here because of that infotainment system that is slightly outdated. But I'm not 100% about the Terrain, knowing the history of GM vehicles compared to Toyota. It would be a bit of a tough decision in my opinion. But at this point, I think I like the Terrain a little bit more. That was it for today. Thanks for watching, guys. And as always, don't forget to subscribe. And special thanks goes to Christian for helping me out with the Toyota RAV4. And let me know your thoughts about this video. How do you like it on an iPhone? Can you tell the difference? Is it better? I'm trying to make my life as easy as possible. As I have to carry a giant camera everywhere I go. I'm not the biggest fan of it. But let me know your thoughts. Cheers and stay safe.